How about you? Hey, I'm out doing my morning walk with my lab here. I've got two labs, but my older lab he can't make it on this walk. We do about a 1.5 mile loop in the mornings. Any rate, some of you have been asking about the batwing and will it cut thick stuff. The stuff I cut ain't really thick, but I want to show y'all. I mean, like this stuff right here, that is I wouldn't consider that thick. There's a lot of like stumps and sticks and stuff, but it's not really thick. But we have a natural gas pipeline that comes through our property. What I'll do is when we get to that point, because we walk it, I'll show you how thick that grass is, and then I'll go back, I'll get the batwing hooked up, and then we'll come down here and cut it. Let's see. We might run over this stuff too. But again, that's not, I mean, you can do that with, that's not challenging. And this is flat. All this right here that I'm walking through right now is flat. And the actual pipeline that we have is at a grade. That way we'll be able to test going uphill with the batwing. And when you cut thick stuff like that, I don't cut it as low. Some people left a comment about the last time I cut it. It's like, man, you scalped that thing. It's all weeds. If it was grass, I'd cut it, 3 or 4 inches. But when I get it down on the weeds, hey girl, when I get down on the weeds, I scalp them, man. I don't care. Let the sun try to burn them up. I don't know. But at any rate, let me go down here and show you what the pipeline looks like. We're getting close to the pipeline. I've actually cut that with the batwing already. Now the reason I don't cut the pipeline, well, the only reason I cut the pipeline is for video purposes, because this pipeline is actually maintained by the company that runs the pipeline. It goes from like Fort Myers, Florida to Houston, Texas or something like that. But you can see it's pretty, in places, it's pretty thick. Let's see if we lose the dog in it. That's over her head there. And then especially in this section, go get her. Yeah, so you can see down in there how thick it is. Good job, Pepper. Good job. So we'll come back and we'll make a couple passes just to see how it handles some of this thick stuff or thicker stuff, and then see what it does. I'll wait till it dries off just a little bit. It's a little too wet to cut right now. Anyway, I'm not going to cut the whole thing because, like I say, I'm not wasting my fuel and equipment on something that's maintained by a company, if that makes sense. All right, let's go back, get the tractor hooked up to the batwing, and get started. Before we hook up the bush hog, I got to take the landscape rake off. Also, I did this yesterday. This came off a 1940 something, 43, let's just say for easy math, 43 John Deere bulldozer. So this is an 80-year-old drawbar that we're using to pull the batwing with. If you watched any of my other batwings, you know that I put the drawbar here, or the drawbar attachment, I guess, from the batwing side to here. So I brought it out, I don't know, what's that, 6 inches or so, and we'll drop it into this hole here, and that should help me get some clearance. I should be able to turn tighter. But using an 80-year-old drawbar to pull a batwing with, I hope it works. Let's see when we hook it up. Let's if it don't work, if it don't work, what I'll do is because it ends right here. So what I'll do if it don't work is I'll just cut it shorter and bring it in some, drill another 1-inch hole. You talk about drilling a 1-inch hole in that thing, good Lord. Whew, that was tough. But ain't that cool that you can use an 80-year-old part to still work today, That's just so cool in my mind. So let's take the rake off. Let's get the batwing on, and let's see if we can get this thick, tall grass cut over there on the natural gas pipeline. How about that? I need to get a bigger pin. Go in there. Or actually, I don't need a bigger pin. I need to make that hole bigger so I can put a bigger pin in it. The yoke, I guess. What is that? The yoke on the bat wing. It's not the same diameter as the drawbar. So I've got the bat wing hooked up. Everything's good. But you see this portion right here? I mean, it goes to about right here. So I should have I got plenty of play. I should have, I know, I shouldn't have cut this off. But I kept this piece that I cut out here. So I'm going to take it back to my buddy, cut this again, re-weld it so that it, you know, the piece I cut out will go back onto the shaft now that I've added the drawbar. The PTO shaft will still be fine as far as the length is concerned, but it's going to get dirty. So when I take it out, I'm going to have to clean it and all that good jazz. But it's going to work because, like I say, it's got plenty of room to flex. I think it, like I pulled it out before I hooked it up, and it goes about in this area. So, you know, 5-6 inches of play there. Should be plenty. Let's go see how we can cut some grass with this thing. Now this should be the A circuit should be the wings. Yep, it is. And then the B circuit should be the up and down. There you go. And then once I get the bat wing out of the bay, you know, then I can let the wings back down. Those wings are gravity fed, so you got to either hit a bump or get out there and do it with your hand. I thought I would put this rope on that handle and relieve, you know, be able to pull it in the back and relieve that pressure, but that idea did not work. All right, we're going to try this stuff first. If I can get in between these trees. Like I say, the PTO shaft's going to get dirty, but it's going to work. Raise it up a little bit. So this stuff is probably, well, I mean, you got stuff that's over knee high there, but I don't know, 8 inches maybe. But you got this little stuff. I mean, this is as tall as I am almost, 5 foot. But not a lot of it, you know. And I don't think there's any stumps in this area. So let's cut around here and then we'll make our way to the pipeline. will talk to you about driving in circles here in a second. Alright, let me turn around, get back. That drawbar is nice. Having that extra space on the drawbar is nice. Alright, this is the first field. Pretty bumpy, still flat. Grass is wet, but it did great. And I was talking about circles a while ago. A lot of you had mentioned to do like a couple of head rows and then go back and forth on lines. Well, I'm going to do that in my fields, but around all these trees and stuff, I'm just going to racetrack it, I guess you would say. So you can see the difference, cut, non-cut. So the bush hog did great, tractor did great. Let's go see if it cut some more thick stuff. But you're not going to get in these, it's not a zero turn, so you're not going to get like super close and all that. And that took me a while to get over because I'm a little, it's like if I see grass sticking up and I missed it, I'm like, ah. But it's a bush hog, you know. All right, let's go cut the thick stuff. Or some more thick stuff. Made it to the pipeline. Somebody asked me the other day about the temperature. 177, and I usually run 174, so that's okay. So far the PTO shaft is still hanging good. I have to fix that. Okay, this is the thick stuff here. Let's get on it. Oh, and I wanted to say it's wet. I'm gonna put my time-lapse camera up here in my deer stand. All right, this is the nasty stuff here, and it's wet. But here again, I mean, chest high, all the way through here. It'll do it, no problem. I am gonna raise the bush hog up some. Let's set her about right there. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Now we're still running 174. So when I hit that stump a while ago, it kind of it jumped it up to 177, or it rose to 177. But we're doing 174 now on the temperature. We're just gonna make a couple passes up here through the thick, nasty stuff. Because like I say, I don't get paid to maintain this. Okay. So it'll do it, no problem. Looks good, don't it? That compared to that and that. So a 55 horsepower tractor in Florida can pull a 12-foot batwing, no problem. And that is kind of a grade going down that hill and coming back up it. I saw 179 on the temperature gauge. Stayed around 174, 175. Hit 176 a couple times. 179 at the max. But I'll say this. The sun is coming up. I don't know what time it is. It might be 8 o'clock. Let's see. 7:40. It's 7:46. So it's going to start getting hotter. Not too much trash. Actually, I don't see any trash here. That's why I like cutting. I like cutting in the morning and somewhat, you know, somewhat of a dew on the grass or the weeds, because it doesn't create as much dust, and it's easier on your tractor. You don't get all that garbage in there. You'll get some, but not as much as you do in the middle of the day when it's all dusty and dry. But there you go. I hope that answers some of your questions. I might title this video, I used a John Deere part on my new TYM tractor. Is that clickbait? Because that is a John Deere part. Oh, Lord. I used an 80-year-old John Deere part for my TYM tractor. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Just to see what you guys think about in the comment section. Oh, Lord. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. You guys watch this video right here. It's pretty awesome. God bless.